Hi everyone, hope you all are doing well. As you can hear, I have life and I hope you all have life too and keeping well. And therefore, we give thanks and praise to the Most High for the breath of life each and every day. Today, you're not going to be seeing my face, so you'll just have to let this little portrait be the face today. And this is because I want to really focus on this topic, and I hope you're able to hear me loud and clear because it's coming from this book that I've actually been reading lately. And the book title is It Didn't Start With You, and it's written by Mark Wolin. Hope I pronounced that properly. And it's basically talking about how generation traumas can actually be passed down, which some people are aware or probably have some kind of clear idea, but obviously probably there are those out there which I'm sure is not even aware. And it's quite interesting because the more you think about what is being stated, you yourself will even start digging deeper and seeing certain patterns and behavior of people. And when I say people, I'm even talking about even me, everyone, basically. So it had me thinking that indeed, sometimes when we talk about generational trauma being passed down from blood lineage, from the egg in your mother, or from the sperm from your father, and how during the process of procreation, the way how maybe a mom and a dad lifestyle is, it can affect that egg. And this is why I always stress on that. For me, I think people should always make sure that they're whole and healed before they end up being in a relationship with anybody. Because two toxic people breeds toxicity. And I'm gonna say put a little scenario in your head, and I hope it catches who it needs to catches. Now, can you imagine the society that we're living in these days? This world is messed up. There's a lot of confusion going on, a lot of hatred. God bless the few little positivity that is out there, and people that are whole and gone through healing. But there are also those out there that don't see the need probably to be healed, or don't even think they need healing or to go back and reflect on their lineage. So they just brush it off and probably think when people like us say stuff, we're talking nonsense. So imagine two toxic people come together. You fight every day physically. You curse out each other every day. And you go and you do the makeup thing. And after the makeup thing, you go back and you fight again. And you curse again. And then that woman becomes pregnant during all those fighting, those trauma. And then that little baby is growing inside and have to be inhaling and taking in all of those beatings and fights and one trauma after another. That baby comes out of you and is already traumatized and gone out into a society that is already corrupt and filled with so much confusion and evil. It's a total recipe for disaster. So can you imagine this child gone through trauma while he's inside of the woman? And on top of that, when he comes out, he have to integrate into society, which is already a lot going on. And then he comes along and he's filled with anger, rage, hatred, and everybody probably even start questioning his sanity and wondering, oh, how did this kid become like this? And sometimes people don't even think maybe we should probably look deeper and trace back a lot that went on during procreation. And don't get me wrong, sometimes parents, though they know they themselves are toxic, they try to give this child a lot of love and care and everything, but sometimes the damage is already done the moment that egg was in that woman's body. And that's why it is so important that if you feel the need like you're definitely gonna have children, you need to be wise when it comes to stuff like this. You need to make sure that you're wholesome, you're healed, and you and even your other half, you do this thing well and make sure there's positivity around, there's love, there's peace, there's joy, so that this poor little innocent egg won't be traumatized, because there's enough trauma already out here in this world that we have to be dealing with. So on top of that, this little egg inside of the woman, it don't need more trauma being added to it, and so on. It's different if you can put it this way. You can't just have two trauma at the same time, because that's a complete recipe for disaster. And when I say this, what I'm saying is, at least if this poor little egg did not experience any trauma during procreation from mommy and daddy being toxic to each other, it was all just love, peace, and joy, and this little egg comes out, this baby comes into the world, and all he sees is positivity around him, and he's filled with love. And then you're able to trace, if you do decide to grow up and go out into the world from nursery to preschool, primary school, secondary college, you can notice the patterns where it changed. And then you'll realize that, okay, well, I did my best, so it definitely can't come from me, because we weren't toxic during procreation, and we made sure we gave this child a, quality lifestyle growing up. But obviously, he goes out into the world and maybe he comes into contact with, negative energy, negative people, and then he started behaving a certain way. Then you can pinpoint exactly probably where things went wrong. But at least you know it didn't come from your end. So rather than him have to go through two traumas, one during procreation and then coming into a society that is so hell-bent on a lot of evil, let it probably just be at least one, though I wish there was none. I wish there was just positivity during procreation and even in society, but unfortunately we don't live in a fair and balanced world. But at least from your end as parents, when you do decide to procreate, please, I'm asking you, make sure the energy is right. And if you see you and somebody not getting on, maybe think twice before you decide to procreate, because toxicity will continue to breed toxicity. And we as a people, individually and collectively, society, there's a lot of healing that we all need to go through. It's about time we sit back and look within ourselves and think, and even bring back reading. Because definitely, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is everything. Because when you become more aware of certain things, you know how to go about, future plans and so on. I'm actually gonna add a few excerpts into this video from the book that I'm actually reading, and I hope you all can take time out to reason among yourself, reason within yourself, and ask the Most High, our Creator, to guide us through. And even like I said, everything get traced back to our mother, grandparents, great-grand ancestors. Things do get passed down, genes, indeed. So we definitely need to think this thing through. Take time out and do a little research, do some reading, watch some documents, listen to, some recordings and understand. So at least we can have some future generations, that will build and be filled with wisdom and pass down things. So this is just my little take on anyway, and I hope, as I said before, it catches who it needs to catches. I know not everybody is probably gonna get it, but I pray and I hope those who need to get it, get it. And don't just take what I'm saying for what I'm saying. You yourself go out there and do whatever research you need to do, whatever reading you need to do, and get wisdom. Because even in the scripture, what does it say? My people perish for lack of knowledge. Let us not walk around with lack of knowledge, and let us not continue to walk around in anger and rage and hurt and don't know where it's coming from, because everything has a root. And if you see that you keep going on and doing certain behavior that it's not normal, you need to dig deeper and even go, along your ancestral journey, bloodline, wherever, and figure this thing out. Yes, figure it out. Because like I said, and ask questions. Because things do get passed down from parents, mother, father, generations after generations, and begin the journey of healing. Because definitely we all need to heal. And I'm not saying everybody can heal at the same time, because you can give a donkey water to drink, but you can't force it to drink it. But we'll put things out there and we just pray and hope it reaches the ears of those it needs to reach. So take care, everyone. Look after yourself. Be safe. And don't forget, drink water. Stay blessed.